Yeah, but like textless cards I can't read because they're textless. It's not that I can't read them because they're designed poorly. Like there's a difference there. This is a hand. God, I can take off all these extra stops. God bless. Unclaimed territories, playing against humans or merfolk. Thalia is going to be real annoying. Okay, Borby, let's go home. Ditch this and this other Faithless Looting. So guaranteed my lands. Alright, so they don't have a Thalia, and they don't kill us next turn. We'll be in a pretty good spot, because we'll get to Breachworm them. I'm bottoming that at this point, right? I'm looking for, like, Goryo's Vengeance, or, like, another Simian Spirit Guide to play through a Thalia. I guess we get... Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Kite Sail Freebooter. I bottomed that. Yeah, I should have kept it through the breach. Should have kept it through the breach. Oh, I'm so dumb. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, look, no numbers. And again, just haven't played a ton of Modern recently. Lose games because I'm bad at Magic. Ditch this and this. Yep. Do I die even with a gain 11 here? I might. Another spell. Yep. Okay, yep. So Anger and Bontu's in. Collective Brutality in, probably. Desperate Ritual seems pretty bad against the Thalia deck. Manamorphose too. Probably Cathartic Reunion out. Hey. Okay. You're okay. You're fine. Come here. We got into a car accident. It was kind of brutal. It was tough stuff, huh, bud? Nah, I need another Borborygmos Enraged.
It's okay, you're okay. You're okay, you're just scared, I know. Go ahead.
Are you telling on Jake? What did Jake do? Okay, it's a good start. Okay. They don't Thalia here. Do I want to Bontu's on... Yeah, do I want to just Bontu's on 3? I feel like I want to just Bontu's on 3 if they play another thing here. Oh, yeah. Just... Sign me up. Yep. Don't get greedy, folks. Just kill their stuff. Our lands won't untap next turn. We'll play a land. The following turn, we breach the worm. Have you heard about the worm? I said a worm, worm, worm. Worm's the word, I said a word. Have you heard of the old quad champion of the parish draw? Dank confidant, you say? Do 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 do. Not on this channel. On this channel, worm's the word. Everybody knows that worm's the word. Nah, Bob's on our team. It's cool. Bob's on our team. I'm gonna axe this champion of the parish. This lightning axe is really overperformed. There's only one of them. I feel like I might want a second in this deck. Have you heard about the worm? I said a whoa, whoa, worm. What worm's the word? I said a word. Have you heard about the worm? I said a whoa, whoa, worm. What worm's the word? I said a word. Oh, just good, clean, interactive magic there, don't you think, folks? Don't you think, ladies and gentlemen? Good, clean living. Man, we'd have won this match already if I hadn't punted that first game by bottoming that stupid through the breach. Just wiggle on across there, the wiggliest of worms. Easy redraw there. It's fine, like not exciting, but fine. Keep. Need to run some lands off here. What control deck, Shannon? Have you played Modern? What control decks? Probably in the market for Faithless Looting, right? I like already have a Borborygmos to discard. Every time I've played the Grixis versions of this deck, they felt terrible, and the first league I played this deck and it felt really good. So that's all I have to say about that. I don't know which one is objectively better or worst based on my experiences with the deck. I haven't played this version a ton. Gonna lose my Bontus here and die. Don't kite sail me, bro. Or like thinking they're safe from Bontu's next turn because of Thalia, but Simian Spirit. So we just need to hit an untapped land here or a Spirit Guide. Come on. Survey says. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Why is Mana Monkey legal? Wipe your board, go. Wipe your board, go. Wipe your board, go. Have you heard about the worm? I said a whoa, whoa, worm. What worm's the word? I said a word. Have you heard about the worm? I said a whoa, whoa, worm. What worm's the worm? I said a word. We might still die here, right? What a tilt. Another Bontus or an Anger here. Don't have a lot of those in our decks. We're taking 2 here. Down to 10. And the next turn we're taking at least 5. Not looking good for the home team here. Guess we get to Faithless Looting. I mean, that's something. It's a toy for later, perhaps. I think I'm actually binning this Night's Whisper because I'm not going to be able to afford to cast it. And if I save an extra worm here, I could draw a Shoal and then pitch it to the Shoal to gain a bunch of health. Another Kitesail freebooter. What a fucking tilt. That's fine. I punted the first game. I don't think there was anything we could do in this game, but I definitely punted the first game in this set. This is game 3. Man, look at that. I even made the right play and kept the worm, and we'd be able to Nourishing. Because, like, for those of you that aren't familiar, Nourishing Shoal lets you splice through the breach. I guess we technically get a redraw here, since this is going to put us to 11, so we could draw the second Bontus out of our deck. Or potentially the Anger if this doesn't grow too much larger. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, it's a redraw for Bontus until I play Thalia's Lieutenant here. This is dead. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to 15. So second Lieutenant is lethal. Mayor of Averbrook is lethal. My opponent, sick hand. Fuck off, dude. Just like, there's no need to be rude when you're winning. Like, of all the times to be salty, could you just like not do it when you're winning? That's like the most obnoxious kind of salt. It's like you're winning the game and you're being an asshole while winning the game. And again, opponent hit some solid ones there at the end, but we very likely would have won the first game had I played slightly better. It seems fine. It's like looking for mana, right? Yeah, I'm in the market for that, right? Although I guess I'm gonna bottom this actually, because if we hit another piece of fast mana next turn, we can actually just pitch this, splice this, hit them with this. So if we hit a Spirit Guide or a Ritual, we get to worm them next turn. That's fine. Now we get to do it on turn 3. Attacking for 1. Sure. Does that block my 15/15 very well? Watch them have like main deck Spell Pierce and just like get us here. Alright, so this is cast by exiling a green card and splice additional spells. So I'm going to exile this, and then I'm going to splice this, paying 4. So Nourishing Shoal is basically a ramp spell here. So we're going to gain 11 and through the breach this worm, unless they have a main deck Spell Pierce, in which case we're going to slide out of our chair. Hey, up to 30, put in a 15/15. If the humans deck becomes more popular, I think this deck wants a third Bontus in the board. That card's really overperformed in matchups like that. So Trample with Protection works how we want it to. They prevent 2, and then they take 13 down to 7. A Lotus Petal that gains 11, and it keeps the Through the Breach in our hand. No, NBD. I have no idea. No idea offhand. Shattering Spree seems great. This is definitely a Bontu Anger matchup. I think when I bring in Bontu Anger, I just like cut these Borborygmos. I think that's my game plan. It's like Borb out, then like some rituals and some Cathartic Reunions out. So like be more of a control deck. No idea. I haven't played versus Jeskai. No, I don't think Chalice is, I don't think this is the matchup Chalice is for. Chalice is for like Storm and Grixis Shadow and other decks like that. Yeah, this seems fine, right? It's like turn 3, kill 3 of your things. Or turn 2, kill 3 of your things. You know, honestly, pull against a 5 concedes the match. Alright, welcome to Thunderdome. Or wait for the next match to pop. I would just like to say good morning, afternoon, good night to everyone wherever you're in the world. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your day here with us. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a TCG player and content producer. We're hanging out, playing some Modern to wrap up the stream today, playing some Grishoalbrand. If you're enjoying what you see, please make sure you hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything, helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, please consider subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron on Patreon. Those both help support myself financially directly so I can spend more time doing stuff like this and less time doing other things. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. If you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout, they will save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using promo code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, and sleeves. You can upload your own custom artwork to them or choose from the wide range of custom artwork that they have on their website. And finally, SpareDeck.com. They offer kind of a unique service. They will link you any physical standard. They will rent you any physical standard or modern deck. You can rent a deck for a weekend or up to an entire month. It's great for kind of try before you buy. So let's say you wanted to like try and ape some people with this deck that we're playing here, but you wanted to kick the tires on it before you invest money in the more expensive cards. You can rent it from Spare Deck, or you ponying up the dollars yourself. I feel like this is an okay keep. Tron. This matchup's pretty good for us, right? I feel like this matchup's supposed to be good for us. Cathartic Reunion. Alright, so we're looking for a... I'm gonna bottom that because it's not a Goryo's Vengeance. If they have one of their main deck relics here, we could be in a little bit of trouble. Jake's making a tower, huh? You making a tower, child? Y'all see the tower? The tower going up behind me here? Is this a union gig? You pull all your permits? That mean that Collective Brutality here, maybe? Yep, it's unfortunate. Take my Cathartic Reunion. My oldest is 3.5 and my younger one is 2. For reference, I've used Spare Deck firsthand a number of times. When I played a ton of Paper Magic on the Open Series, I used them for almost all of my major events. For Modern and Standard stuff. Legacy stuff they don't rent, you gotta beg, borrow, and steal that from friends. But for Standard and Modern, it's great if you're changing decks a lot. Or if you're someone that just like plays mostly online, is gonna play a paper event, you know, once every couple months or once every other month or so. They also have a service where like, if you're someone that changes decks a lot, you can just like pay a flat rate per month and always have a deck rented. The idea behind mana traders is great in theory, but the way their mana hour things work, it feels like it's kind of miserable. All right, they don't have Tron, so like now we're waiting on a Through the Breach basically. So good at Magic. if you never run out, if that was actually the case, there'd be no reason for them to have it. Mana hours are basically you can only keep cards rented for a certain number of hours. You can't just like have a deck rented all the time. Mana Traders is this very expensive system for renting Magic Online cards. Alright, so am I getting Karn tier? If we get Karn tier, we might die. Oh, they already played a land. Sweet. Okay, so we just need to hit a mana source here. Yeah, it's not good for people that play Magic sparingly. If you're not someone that can sit and commit to playing, like, leagues in one sittings, it's not stellar. Alright, let's ape it up. Cast by exiling a green card. Look, different strokes for different folks. If it works for you, that's great. All I know is I looked into it before I got sponsored by traders, and it just wasn't worthwhile. I was going to buy cards rather than... Did I splice this successfully? I think I spliced this successfully. Another thing to keep in mind with Magic Online versus Paper Magic is that with Magic Online, the return rate on your cards is much, much higher than in Paper Magic. So like with Paper Magic, the buy rate on cards is like, what is it? The buy rate on Magic cards is like, what's the word I'm searching for? The buy rate on Magic cards is like, what, 50% usually? On Magic Online, it's like 70 to even 90% a lot of the time. I'm just going to draw most of my deck here and then sort through what we have. I haven't played a land yet this turn. So there's a monkey. Alright, so let's play this. Pitch a monkey. Let's make all the mana that I have. Did I miss on a shoal? Oh, there's a shoal. Okay, so I have a shoal. I have a couple of worms. Do I have multiple worms? I have multiple worms. Okay, so shoal. And then I'm gonna go Desperate, Ritual Cast. And then I can go Desperate Ritual Cast. And then I can go Nourishing Shoal, exile a green card, splice additional spells. I'm gonna exile this worm. And then I'm going to splice this, hit OK. This Nourishing Shoal is going to resolve. I'm going to gain 11. I'm going to put a Worldspine Wurm into play. This deck's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Is this a Blood Moon matchup, or is this just a I don't sideboard because I don't care matchup? It feels like it might be I don't sideboard. Like, Lightning Axe doesn't do anything, so I guess I can board that out. This deck is really dumb, just in case anyone was wondering. Yeah, the moon buys us time. Is the moon better than any of these other cards, though? I feel like my primary game plan is just, like, great here, right? So I think I'm just clicking submit. I think I'm just, like, bringing in this one Blood Moon for this Lightning Axe, because the Lightning Axe is pretty rancid, and just, like, leaving the rest of it. Seems fine, right? Like, not super exciting, but fine. You cast Night's Whisper. Did you like how my opponent had their main deck Relic, and we're just like, nah, bro, I got you. Through the breach. Draw some cards, through the breach again. It's cool. It's cool. That's not a turn 1 Tron piece, opponent. Alright, at any rate, let's kill the mana traders talk in chat. It's just spam. Just, if it works for you, great. It's fine. I guess we're just Light Whispering, right? We're gonna have to discard a card, but that's like not a big deal. They don't have a relic, so we'll bin this Borborygmos. Probably Whisper again next turn, and then hopefully find a land and looting as well. Not gonna have Tron anytime soon. For that, I mean at least 2 more turns. This hand's kind of slow, but it is. Alright, now that I found looting, I'm gonna loot first, then I can... Wow, that's bad. Ditch this, ditch this. Do it again. Wow. That's really unfortunate. Although I guess if we hit an untapped land next turn, we just get to go like this, breach the worm. They hit a discard spell here. We still get to Night's Whisper next turn. People are really bad at following directions. As someone who's taught high school and college classes, people suck at following directions. Alright. Alright. It's a scary 10-10. Big scary 10-10 opponent. Land? Untapped land? Okay, sure. This is my 15-15. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Pango. Thanks for stopping by the channel today. Deck you for 15. Just good, clean living. Alright, so we need them to not have Tron Piece O-Stone or Tron Piece Ugin. And even if they do those things, I can just kill them with Borborygmos. Ulamog doesn't... Tron Piece Ulamog doesn't... Oh, it does save them technically, right? Because I'd still just have 1 5/5 left. Just good. Just 28 minutes in, 3 matches in. We're 2-1. I punted the first game in this first match that we lost. I think I want a third Bontu as a 4th sweeper in the board of this deck. If I were to play this again, I think I'd do that. I don't know what I'd cut. Probably... Yeah, I don't know, actually. Probably a Chalice. I don't know if the Chalice plane's actually good or not. I'd have to play some matches where Chalice is supposed to be good to see if it's good or not, but I know I definitely want another Bontu. Remember, if you like this deck and you didn't check out the first league we played with it, there's another league of me playing this deck on my YouTube channel, which is linked in the stream information down below. Yeah, it sounds fine, right? No scry, it's got some fast mana. Doesn't have a Through the Breach or a Goryo's Vengeance yet, but we can find our way to one of those. So probably gonna bottom anything here that's not not one of those 2 things. I wonder if I want to fetch up Mountain and loot on 1. Yeah, I'm just gonna play this. Huh. That. There's plenty of mana in our deck. Probably find more. Famous last words. Famous last words, probably find more. Okay. We have 2 cards here that are both reasonable plays next turn, so as you will, opponent. Maybe they'll take Griselbrand and we'll draw Goryo's Vengeance. Took my looting, okay. No, I don't think so. I don't know, something would really have to change with how I structure paper tournaments. Paper tournaments are such a spew. They're such a spew. Compared to playing digitally. Worth noting there, I used their Urborg to tap this as a swamp. Since I really don't want to shuffle that Temple of Malice. We put this on the bottom and then we drew it. I guess I drew this, right? May not have a play. I just want a Faithless Looting. Yeah, I'm just gonna be mana efficient in Faithless Looting here. Griselbrand's a pretty free discard. I think in the short term, Magic Online's not going anywhere. I think in the long term, like probably 5 to 10 year marker, Arena will probably realistically replace Magic Online in the long term, but it's like a really long term, right? Like, Magic Online started off as standard only, so if Magic Arena is successful, I think they'll ramp it up into something that eventually replaces Magic Online, but like, Magic Arena is probably a year or more off of doing competitive standard, and it's probably 5 years off of modern and a decade from legacy. It's a lot of cards to add, and to, like, debug and stuff like that. Really? What do you have there? The train? Liliana, oh no, can never beat that card. I think I'm just spinning this Faithless Looting. I think if you're gonna play Magic at any point in the next 5 years, Magic Online's fine. Alright, so I guess I'm just gonna Nourishing Shoal here, or Night's Whisper here, see what we find. Alright, this is the dead turn now, right? They should be dead. So we're gonna go ahead, do this right. So do this, cast, wait. Let's make a ton of mana here, so I can cast this and splice additional spells. So I'm gonna exile this. I'm gonna splice this onto here. Okay. So then that makes 3. Cast. Oh, actually, I should wait on this one because I could draw another one. Well, I could cast this and splice this ritual onto it. Yeah, let's do that. So target this and then splice this onto it. Okay, sure. Draw. 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 Did I hit a worm yet? I did hit a worm. I'm so lucky. So lucky. Alright, cast this, exiling this. Splice additional spells. Splice this one. Okay. Worldspine Wurm into play. Attack my opponent for 22. It's good clean living, really. Just fair interactive Magic. Found the line. Look, there were a lot of paths that led to Rome that game, let's be honest. There are a lot of things that all headed in that general direction. We were the smartest, thinnest wizard, yep. Alright, so the more I play this deck, the more I wonder if Borborygmos just, like, isn't good. Maybe Borby's just not very good in this deck. Got a Cathartic Reunion here, I think. Do that. Blood Moon seem excellent. Oh, actually, you know what? I should cut a Desperate Ritual, right? Yeah, I guess Ritual lets us Fast Moon, sure. Yeah. So Splice on Arcane's this really weird mechanic from Champions of Kamigawa block. it lets you pay the splice cost of this when you cast a different arcane spell to add the effects of this spell onto the other spell. So like when you cast this and splice through the breach onto it, the breach only costs you 4 mana and the breach stays in your hand. Sure, but like giving outs to things like bridge makes it feel like a sideboard card. Maybe I just haven't played the deck enough yet, but we just keep killing people and there's no need to do it without a combat step. I have no idea. I haven't put a lot of thought into the deck. I just like, again, just like having played it a little bit here, that's like, that's my takeaway. It's just like, I don't understand why this card's in here. I don't think this hand is a keep, right? This hand seems bad. Seems loose. I guess I could like pitch this and draw 2 on one. Like the rest of the hand's not stellar. I'm gonna mulligan. We got like Blood Moons to mulligan too. It's like not good, but it's probably fine. Got mana in it. Maybe I'm supposed to keep a second worm and ditch this. Very possible. Myth realized. Alrighty. Sure. Yeah, I think I should have kept an extra worm. I think they're playing a Smallpox variant. They had Flagstones of Chilcare in play game 1. Look, my worm knew I wanted it back. Hey, Reprint to Balt with the 4-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. So the reason why I didn't looting yet is I want to give myself a little bit more chance to draw Griselbrand here, basically. And like, if I draw Griselbrand plus Goryo my next few cards, I can like play the Swamp, pitch the Simian Spirit Guide, and like get the Griselbrand back that way. I mean, to be fair, objectively speaking, Tibalt's the best 2-mana Planeswalker they've ever printed. Just everything's above the board here. I'm ditching these two. I'm just like hoping to draw through the breach here. Get to be on the play with Blood Moons in our deck next game. I said the best 2-mana Planeswalker. Jace Vryn's Prodigy is a creature. Look it up in the Gather if you don't believe me. Declan Scott, stop ruining his fort. The classic trigger my myth realized post-combat. So I cast the Nourishing Shoal because Collective Brutality can't take Worm or Spirit Guide. Welcome to Thunderdome, opponent. Dead in 4 here. They can't activate Misrealize, so it takes them a white mana to do so. I'm so fucking good at this game. Just the very best there ever was. I wanna be the very best. Like no one ever was. Boom, 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 to get damn it, boom, do, do, do. To worm them is my cause. Magic is hard. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Beep, 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 do. Magic's tough, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you what, if you think Modern is hard, you're not playing the right deck. If you think Modern is hard, you're not playing the right deck. Easy life, easy game, just thug life, just really easy 3-1. Again, punted this first match because I'm a big dumb stupid. Heading into the last one. Heading on up, competitive Modern League. This deck is great. If you are a total degenerate and you've been searching for a Modern deck, boy do I have a sales pitch for you. Let me tell you what. Would you play Infect in Modern? Yeah, that seems like something up my alley. As a theoretical turn 2 Goldfish. Anything with like theoretical fast Goldfishes I'm in for. This is, I think this is gonna be, we'll see what the wife says when she gets home. Oh, we're gonna take the kids out tonight. So yeah, this is gonna be my last match. Thanks everyone for hanging out, I do appreciate it. Remember, if you didn't catch all the stream today, we streamed a bunch of Magic today. Check out my YouTube channel. Bunch of Legacy on there. There's another league with this deck on there from earlier this week, I forget. Pretty easy mulligan here. This deck just, like, embodies everything that's great about Modern. Just, if we're just being completely and totally honest. Bottom that Nourishing Shoal there. Can I just concede? Am I allowed to just stop playing Magic? Do I have to finish this league? I just really don't want to play against Lantern of Insight. Nothing about this sounds fun or interesting. I think I'm ditching Shoal Swamp here. I mean, like, I'm 3-1, so, like, I've already cashed the league. Like, my wife just got home. It feels like a plus life EV play to concede the match and go do something else. Huh. So, banning the Cathartic Reunion played around this is actually kind of an interesting proposition. Now if my opponent plays a Pithing Needle on Bloodstained Mire... If my opponent Pithing Needles Bloodstained Mire, we're gonna go to game 2. I really didn't have a ton of stuff I wanted to discard anyway, so yeah, I think it might have been right to ditch the Cathartic to play around Inquisition. I really don't like the Esper Goryo's Vengeance deck, and I like this deck a lot, so... Hey, TCC with the host, thanks for folks coming over from there. Okay, no bridge. Okay, we can suck it up and stop being a baby, and, like, maybe continue playing a game of Magic. I mean, we're gonna worm them next turn, right? Oh, you're talking about the Esper Goryo's Vengeance deck. Yeah, the Esper Goryo's Vengeance deck is much worse than this. That deck's like a fair interactive Magic deck. Hey, look, there's an Ancient Stirring. It's gonna get find the Staring Bridge and make me wish I was doing anything else. Do you just mill a Faithless Looting? I don't think you understand how this card works, opponent. Are you aware it flashes back? Alright, well, if we dodge a bridge here, they die. We've got that going for us. Turn off. Here's great. Through the breach. No person deserves that fate. It's just like I'd rather play against eggs than lantern, because at least when there's uncertainty that eggs is killing me, I just get to F6 and walk away. With lantern, I have to like sit here and pretend my decisions matter. Because there's like that small chance we might get there. This matchup's probably not that bad for us. For reference, I think this deck is very good that I'm playing. People I know we play like a lot of really like objectively crappy meme decks. God, they're gonna whir of Invention for their stupid thing here. That's what's about to happen. They're gonna whir for otherwise, they would have cast the Ancient Stirrings, right? You know what's better than having to interact with 4 Ensnaring Bridges? Having to interact with 8 of them. Alright, so now... flashback this looting before they can get, Oh, right, this shuffles back in. Confer Goryo's Vengeance. At least now I get to auto pass. This is our last match of the day, Mythos. If you missed the memes from this morning, we played Land Nauseum again, which was a grand old time. Modern is an interesting and fun format. Goryo's Vengeance underneath this guy, please. Huh. I guess I keep this through the breach so that way they can't let me draw Griselbrand either. Maybe I should have waited till I had one more card in my hand, so that way I could have had Griselbrand plus breach. Lantern literally mills you out. Just for reference is what they do. They literally mill you out. No, I don't think we're gonna get to hardcast Griselbrand anytime soon. I think I'd rather hold the breach. Alright, well they have to bury this Goryo's Vengeance off the top of my deck or they're gonna die. We're looking for a Goryo's Vengeance or other Griselbrands. We've got a few. Oh, that's the main deck Grafdigger's Cage. Yep. You know my last card, opponent. They're just emptying their hand for their bridge. Alright, well this is our shot. Get a Goryo's Vengeance underneath this. Magic's fun. So, got this. Shattering Sprees are great, obviously. Is this a Chalice of the Void matchup? This feels like a Chalice of the Void matchup. It's definitely a go faster matchup, right? Chalice on one seems great. Is cutting 2 Faithless Lootings too many? Chalice is fine with Spree. You can replicate through it. Blood Moon's okay. I don't think Blood Moon is great. I kind of don't know what other cards I want to cut here already. I could maybe cut one more Faithless Looting, but I don't think you want to cut all of them. Maybe it's just cutting some mana. You want the Blood Moons? Everyone keeps saying it's good against Whir. I think I'd buy that. I don't know that I want to go lower than 3 and 3 on these. Because you need these to kill them with Griselbrand. You cut a Spirit Guide too? Yeah, I'd buy that. Also seems not great. Sure. Let's try out this Blood Moon card. Oh look, Blood Moon's great against that. This is another card. This card and this card. Dear WotC, please ban. Why is Fast Man illegal in this format? Get it out of here, please. Yep. Yeah, I don't think the Tron lands are good for the format either. Speaking as someone who's played a lot of Tron. Speaking as someone who's played a lot of Modern, that includes playing a lot of Tron. I should have just conceded this on the first turn. Now I feel pot committed. I feel like I'm obligated to keep going. Sure. Yeah, I agree. 8th edition's miserable. What's it called? It's pretty miserable too. Ensnaring Bridge. Oh, I could have cast this Faithless Looting first, right? Not that it matters. I'm doing other things. This game is done. I'm probably gonna walk away here in a second. Yeah, I'm gonna save myself the headache. We get to say we did a league in under an hour. Thanks everyone for watching. And that's the best part about doing donation deck lists, is because these aren't here on my money, I feel zero obligation to play matches of Magic that are miserable. People ask me about my opinion on Mono a lot of the time, and again, there's a lot of really sweet games, but there's also a lot of games, and like this deck, so just so we're clear above the board, this deck is a super great example of a deck that just like generates miserable games of Magic. Like some of the things we did to our opponents today, I don't think we actually killed anyone on turn 2 today, but if you watch the previous league we played with this deck can literally deal 22 points of damage on the second turn of the game. I think decks like this and decks like Lantern, I just like want to like, I have this romantic notion of like my cards affecting my opponent's cards, and we go back and forth for a little while, and games last, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe double digits worth of turns on average, just so there's a lot of back and forth and people actually play Magic instead of just like locking someone out of the game, or like putting a big shitter into play and drawing your deck and killing them. Like from a woohoo, this is interesting standpoint, I guess it's kind of that, but like from a I want to sit down and like play a competitive game and have a quality game standpoint, I think it's kind of obnoxious. So I think Modern's a great format right now when you're like trying to shrug off and just be like blow off some steam. But if you're looking to like play a game competitively and like give yourself edges by like practicing and playing good Magic, there's a lot less of that in a format like Modern compared to, and I know Standard right now is rancid because like we've been playing with energy decks for forever, but like when Magic Standard format is well designed and interesting, it generally offers good, really interactive games of Magic, and those are the games of Magic that I personally like playing a lot of the time when I'm trying to be competitive. On this channel, however, we meme people out all the time, so if you're looking for a competitive meme deck in the meantime, check this out. I think it's powerful and doing busted things, and that's where you want to be in Modern. Any rate, I'll be back at some point with more Magic. I'll be back tomorrow morning with more Hex Shards of Fate. I stream Hex every Friday morning. And I will catch all around. Thanks for watching through the end. And welcome back to all of the resubs that we had today and the very generous donations. So, peace, folks.